Hello and welcome to another episode of my Productivity Mastery series, and today I want to explain to you why you should become more productive and particularly better organized. Now, the main reason behind this is because I work with a lot of managers here in South Korea, and I also remember from the days when I used to work in the United Kingdom that a lot of people, when they do their work, they might finish their work at the end of the day physically and go home, but mentally they're still at work. In their head, they've still got work tasks that they're trying to remember. They're thinking about things. Oh, I must reply to that email tomorrow. Oh, and I must call that client because it's really important that they get their order in. And I must. That is not being productive. That's not being organized. The reason why I feel so passionately about personal productivity and time management and all the surrounding things around that is that I hate to see people stressed out while they're at home. Now, stress is an inevitable part of life, and we are always going to be faced with stressful situations when we're at work. But when we get home at the end of the day, we shouldn't be thinking about work. We shouldn't have to worry about work. And the thing that the biggest single thing you can do to avoid that from happening is get into the habit of collecting everything that comes across your desk, everything that comes to mind, into a place that you trust. Now, we have amazing technology out there today. As most of you know, I use Todoist and Evernote. They are great dumping grounds. They're like my external brain. It means that when I switch off on a Friday evening, because I always give myself Friday evening off, when I switch off on a Friday evening, I am not thinking about work because I know I have collected everything into my inbox, and I trust that anything is there, will be dealt with either later in that evening or it will be dealt with on the Saturday. And this is really key point about becoming more productive. Productivity from a business or corporate sense is all about numbers and inputs and outputs. Productivity on a personal level isn't really about that. Productivity on a personal level is about being in the moment, doing what matters when it matters. And if you're at home and you're sat on the sofa and your family are around you and they're all having a conversation, but you're worried or stressed about work, that is not a good place to be. You need to be able to step away from that situation. And the best way to step away from that situation is to develop yourself a system of productivity that you trust, that you can get all your stuff collected into one place so that you know it's there, and that when you are at work, when you've allocated yourself time to work on something, that's the time that you can look at that list and say, right, I'm going to do that today, I'm going to do that tomorrow, I can do that next week. But that's the whole point of becoming personally productive. We're not talking about it in a corporate level where it's all inputs and outputs and Excel sheets and whatever. That's not the kind of productivity we're talking about. Personal productivity is about you being in control of your stuff and your time, so that when you're with the people you really care about, you're not still thinking about work. You're enjoying the moment. You're able to have time to spend doing the things that you love doing with the people you really care about. Now, this week I launched a brand new course helping people to be able to develop that system. The course is called From Disorganized to Productivity Mastery in 3 days. Now, I am guaranteeing that if you take this course, you will be able to get yourself productive and to be able to avoid that situation where your mind is full of work almost like 24 hours a day. And I really want to help so many people. So if you're interested, the details for that course are in the show notes below, and I would suggest you have a look at that. But you don't have to take that course. The simple principles of personal productivity is about stop using your mind to remind you about things. Get them off onto a sheet of paper if necessary, or if you're in the digital world, get it into a digital application of some sort, and make sure it's off your mind so that when you're with the people you most care about, you are really with them, not just physically, but mentally too. And when you're relaxing at the end of the day, your mind is not wandering back to work. You don't need to do that. If something's on your mind, capture it, get it written down into a digital device or on paper, and then forget about it. You've caught it, and if you trust your system, you don't need to worry. Well, thank you very much for watching this episode of Productivity Mastery. Don't forget, if you do have a question that you would like me to answer in this episode, just leave a comment in the comment section below. And it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you saw and you would like to learn more about becoming better organized and more productive, then get yourself enrolled in my free beginner's guide to building your own productivity system. And if you'd like to learn more about how I can help you, then visit my website at carlpullein.com. All the details are in the show notes below.